So here we're looking at algebra. So algebra is just the maths you do when you don't know the value of something. So for example, if we were working out the perimeter and area of this rectangle, we don't have to do any algebra here because we can see the values of the sides. So if we want to know the perimeter, we just do 8 plus 5 plus 8 plus 5, or 2 8s and 2 5s. So if you write that down, there's the 2 8s, there's the 2 5s, and that's going to make 26 centimetres. So there's no need for any algebra there because we know the values of the rectangle we're working with, and the same true for the area. We just do 8 times 5 and we get 40 centimetres squared. Again, no algebra. But sometimes you don't know the values you're working with, but you can still do quite a lot of maths anyway. So another rectangle that's got sides of x and y, well, what would the perimeter and area of this be? What can you write? I'm going to come back to this later on in the week. For now, I want you to do this task. So you need a piece of paper. It doesn't have to be A4, it doesn't have to be blank, but you have to be able to write on it, and ideally it's in a kind of rectangular shape like this. So I've got a full A4 sheet here. Now, the first thing is to draw a horizontal line through the middle like this. Doesn't matter if it's not exactly in the middle, but just try and make it look like it is. So I'll just do a line there. Okay, now I'm going to draw a vertical line that cuts the bottom half of this in half again. So that's like that. Then another horizontal line that cuts the left-hand side rectangle here in half. And finally, the bottom rectangle here, cut again with a vertical line. So you've actually got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I suppose 6 rectangles, including the big sheet of paper. Now these two actually are the same, and I label them both as 1. This one is number 2. This one's number 3, that one's number 4, and rectangle 5 is just a whole sheet of paper. Okay, now as it says in the task on the notebook, what I want you to do is create some expressions in algebra for the perimeters and the areas of all of these rectangles, including the full sheet of paper. You are not allowed to measure any of the sides. I'm not interested in how big the sides are. I don't care about centimetres or millimetres, because you might all be using different bits of paper. You might all have drawn the lines a bit differently. They're not all going to be the same. I just want to see algebraic expressions. And we're going to do that by labelling this side here, just this top bit of the small rectangle number 1, as A. We'll put that there. And then the longer side here, that's going to be called B. Using just these 2 letters, which represent this side length and this side length, I want you to try and describe the perimeter and the area of all of these rectangles. How would you do the perimeter of this? How many A's and B's do you need? What about for this one? What about for this one here? And this one and the whole sheet?